What is up, guys, and welcome back for Week 6 of the DTC Draft League Season 3 B-League. Yeah, that is a mouthful. I'm your man, MetaMech, coach of the Miami Heatran, and here in Week 6, the Miami Heatran are sitting at 3-2 with a -1 differential, so we got a winning record, but still with a negative differential. Hopefully, we can make some more work on that, but here in Week 6, the Miami Heatran are going to be taking on the Limbo City Luxrays, coached by my man Dante, a.k.a. Mike Twilight. The link for his channel, if he has one, is going to be down in the description. I don't know. I'm going to have to hit this man up and see if he has one. If he has one, it's going to be down in the description, so make sure you go show that man some love. But here, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys his team. Boom! Once again, we are going across the pond, if you will, taking on a team from the Moon Division. Now, the Limbo City Luxrays are 1-4, but do not let that fool you, because they've got some threats. They've got some very scary mons right at the bat. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys one thing that's given me a lot of trouble and a lot of stress trying to prep for this week's battle. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of speed on his team. He's got Tapu Koko, the Electric and Fairy type with base 130 speed, might I add. Speaking of mons that are very fast, can hit very hard. You can make it physical, you can make it special. Put in a lot of work for this man, a lot of work. It's a very commonly used mon, especially in the Gen 7 meta. We'll see how, I don't really know. Obviously, it's my first time doing a National Dex DLC Legacy format draft league with the Generation 8 mons, but I know in the Generation 7 meta, Tapu Koko put in a lot of work, never used one. It'd be kind of lit, but I'm going to move on from that. Anyway, Electric and Fairy type, and you can make it physical, you can make it special, it can be used in a lot of different ways, and it's very fast, very fast, like I said. So this is one of the mons, give me a lot of trouble. Next up, he's got Espeon, which one of the things, if you guys don't know about Espeon, it has access to its hidden ability, Magic Bounce. So if you're trying to set up hazards or anything like that, it's just going to bounce them right back at you. And if that wasn't scary enough, Espeon's got base 110 speed. So once again, a very fast mon. So 130, 110 right from the jump. It's a pure Psychic type, so it gets really strong Psychic type moves, and it gets access to Magic Bounce. So it can put in a lot of work, and it's a very strong special attacker as well. Doesn't really like to take physical hits, so hopefully we can utilize that to our advantage. But next up, we've got Grimmsnarl, one of the new faces to the meta here in Generation 8, the Dark and Fairy type, with, of course, access to the Prankster ability. One thing that's really neat about this Pokemon is, yes, it has access to Prankster, but it's also a Dark type, so Pranksters, a.k.a. our Thundurus Incarnate that go up against it, cannot target it with a Prankster move because it's a Dark type. So that is something that we have to work around. So Dark and Fairy type, it gets access to obviously all the different, it gets Reflect, gets Light Screen, gets Thunder Wave, gets Taunt, all of those different things, and it actually gets all of the different elemental punches, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, I'm pretty sure about that, and it actually hits pretty hard on the physical side if you utilize it as that. A lot of people just use it for screens and stuff, doesn't really deal out a lot of damage, but still, with the screens and all that different stuff, can be a real problem. Not fast. This is one of the mons, outside of its, priority boosted Prankster moves, it's not fast. It's like base 60 speed or something, but other than that, can be real problematic, is a very good support mon. Next up, he's got Zamazenta Crowned. Are you kidding me? The defenses on this boy, especially with its ability that gives it a +1 defense boost automatically when it comes into the field, absolutely redonkulous. So Zamazenta Crowned, I think it's Steel and Fighting type. Very strong, very high defenses. It's an absolute beast. It's put in a ton of work from my man this season already. Very terrifying. It also gets the Elemental Fangs. So Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. So very hard to prep for, and obviously it hits very hard physically, offensively, and it's very defensive, and physically and specially. So either way, giving me a lot of prep. And it's another thing, it's very fast, base 128 speed. So another mon, it's very fast. That's what I'm saying. Recurring theme with my man's team this week is that it's very fast. Next up, he has got Cinderace. Now this is just Blaze Cinderace. We do not have Libero Cinderace in this league, so it's just Blaze, but still, once again, a very fast mon. What is its base speed? Let me go ahead and check. I got my document pulled up over here. You guys aren't going to be able to see this. I know it is faster than a lot of mons. Base 119. So yes, base 119 speed. Once again, another mon that is very fast and outspeeds the majority of our team. It's very strong on the physical side. Obviously, Pyro Ball is going to be putting in a lot of work against our team, so that's very scary, and it's very fast. Once again, it's just like I said, the speed on this man's team is kills. He's 1-4, but he's got lots of speed, lots of threats. Don't let it fool you. Next up, he's got Toxtricity, the Poison Electric type, another Generation 8 mon. He's got a lot of Generation 8 mons on his team, which is pretty cool. It's cool to face somebody that's got all these new faces, and it's pretty awesome. But Poison and Electric type. Now, this thing, honestly, usually is a special attacker, but you know what? You can't forget the fact that this thing can also be a physical attacker because it does get Fire Punch and Thunder Punch. It does get Power Up Punch as well, so this thing can be utilized in a lot of different ways. It's pretty cool, and it's got, obviously, the signature ability Punk Rock, where I think Sound-type moves don't affect it, or maybe they get a boost. I don't know. I'm going to check that. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. I've never faced a Toxtricity before, so we'll see how that goes down. Thankfully, this mod's not insanely fast, but it is still something we could potentially have to deal with. But next up, we got Flygon, the Ground and Dragon type. This thing is very... What's the way I want to put this? This thing can be utilized in a lot of different ways. You can Choice Scarf it, gets First Impression, it does get U-Turn. Obviously, it hits very strong with Earthquake, and it hits very strong with Dragon-type moves. Obviously, it gets access to Dragon Dance. So, very, very scary mon, and it's also, once again, another very fast mon, base 100 speed. So, it outspeeds everything on our team outside of Thunderous Incarnate and Zeraora. So, another mon can hit very hard on the physical side, and it's very fast. So, very scary mon that we potentially have to deal with. That's what I'm saying. The speed on this man's team kills. It really, really does. And, yeah, like I said, Stab Earthquake, nobody wants to nobody wants to take that hit. Honestly, nobody does. Next up, he's got Vaporeon, a very, very impressive wall. I mean, it's really high special defense and really high HP, but a lot of times people can mix it up, make it also physically defensive, maximize that defense stat, and it's a real problem. Another thing that is very good about Vaporeon for my opponent is that it gets access to the Water Absorb ability. So, you know, Water-type moves from a Mega Swampert, Water-type moves from an Araquanid, or anybody else that might get a covered Water-type move, Vaporeon is just going to eat that right up and restore some of its HP. So it's very, very bulky, very, very annoying. And it's just a real problem, something that we're really going to have to figure out ways to work around. But other than that, you know, you can Wish Pass, you can Wish and heal up itself. It can have access to Heal Bell, and obviously it gets access to Scald, potentially to burn some of my Pokemon. So that is very annoying, something that we're going to have to deal with. So a really, really, really big pain in the butt is this Vaporeon right here. But next up, we got Venusaur. And Venusaur is a very interesting mon. You can make it really bulky. You can make it a Chlorophyll Sweeper, which is something I didn't even really consider because the only time I ever used Venusaur in a Draft League, it was a Mega Venusaur. So we had to Mega first turn, so I didn't really think about it. But this thing is really, honestly, a real threat with Chlorophyll. And setting up that Sun, and then you go for Growth in the Sun, which gives you +2 attack and +2 special attack. It's very broken, and it doubles its speed. Honestly, crazy. This thing is a real threat. Honestly, it's something I'd never considered to be like a huge offensive threat until realizing that it got Chlorophyll and then Growth and all that stuff, and it's a real problem. So, and obviously Poison and Grass type, once again, gets access to Leech Seed. You know, this Leech Seed stall is something we're just going to have to deal with, man. It just happens. I don't know, you know, if he's going to make it hyper offensive, but either way, he can also make it defensive and run Leech Seed stall. So, real problem. Hopefully, we can figure out ways to work around that Venusaur and not let it put in too much work against us if he does choose to bring it, obviously. And then next up, once again, another just bulky Stallmon is Type Null. Obviously, it's got base 95 HP all the way down to special defense, and then its speed is pretty low. So thankfully, it's not a very fast mon, base 59, but very bulky. You throw the Eviolite on that thing, it just eats up hits, man. It really just does. And it has access to the Battle Armor ability, I believe, so you can't even crit this thing to help chip away and get more damage on this thing. It just really eats up hits. It's a really big Stallmon, and it's a real problem. Something very annoying. Hopefully we can find out ways to work around. It's just a pure normal type, so it's only weak to fighting. So that's, again, another thing we're going to have to deal with. Next up, he's got Lycanroc Day, I think it is. Just the midday, just the basic, not dusk or midnight, but just the day form of Lycanroc. Once again, a very fast mon with base 112 speed. So he's got Lycanroc, Cinderace, and Tapu Koko, and Zamazenta Crown. So 4 Pokemon that outspeed Thundurus. So Zeraora is our only mon that outspeeds those two. And then he's got also Flygon and Espeon with over base 100 speed. So so many fast mons. It's a real problem. It's just a pure rock type, and it gets access to Sucker Punch. It also gets access to a Cell Rock Priority, so that is something we have to keep in mind. Like I said, it does outspeed Thundurus, and also with a Cell Rock, it will even outspeed our Prankster with Thundurus. So if we bring Thundurus to the battle, that of course that is. So, you know, it is very frail. Not gonna lie to you, it is a very frail Pokemon. It cannot take a lot of hits, but it does hit very hard and it is very fast. So it is definitely a glass cannon, something that we're gonna have to work around. So hopefully I brought the good team for this. Hopefully I brought the right team. Hopefully we can put in some work with our team. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my team that we are bringing to the field this week. Boom. Here we are. We got Roar the Solgaleo. Hopefully you guys like my nicknames this week, just because like I couldn't really think of a good nickname theme, so I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to throw whatever in there, just the first thing that pops in my head. But we got Roar the Solgaleo holding the Choice Scarf. We're moving back to the Choice Scarf because once again, obviously his team is very fast. We really need that speed. With the Full Metal Body ability and the moves Sunsteel Strike, Psychic Fangs, Knockoff, and Earthquake. Earthquake's going to put in a lot of work. Earthquake's good against the Tapu Koko, it's good against the Zamazenta, it's good against the Cinderace, it's good against the Toxtricity, and it's good against the Lycanroc Dusk, and then Knockoff just to knock off potential items of the opposing Pokemon. Obviously, Tapu Koko and Venusaur are two of his Z captains, so you can't knock off their Z items there. And then Psychic Fangs is going to hit the Mega Venusaur very hard. Psychic Fangs can also be utilized to break the potential screens that any of his mons or the Grimmsnarl put up. However, Grimmsnarl, being a Dark type, is not affected by Psychic Fangs, so we can't use Psychic Fangs to break the screens on Grimmsnarl, so that's something we definitely have to keep in mind. And then Sunsteel Strike, because it's just a really strong stab move, and it's going to hit a lot of things very hard. The Tapu Koko, the Espeon, the Grimmsnarl, the Flygon, the Venusaur, the Titanol, the Lycanroc Dusk. It's just going to put in a lot of work. And then Psychic Fangs is just really strong mon that obviously puts in a lot of work against the Mega Venusaur and the Toxtricity. Outside of that, and it's also utilized, like I said, to break the screens. And we got base 136 speed, or we put 136 EVs into speed, but we do have the Adamant Nature. That's all we needed to outspeed a max speed Tapu Koko. Obviously that's not choiced, so we can go Adamant and then just put 136 EVs into speed to make sure we outspeed the Tapu Koko. Unless it's choiced, then it will outspeed us still, and then just maximize attack obviously, and then the rest into HP just to help us live hits. Next up, we got Wicked Stash, the Thundurus Incarnate, with the Focus Sash. Now, I debated upon giving him the Fightinium Z and potentially giving some different items, different moves. I really went back and forth with the potential different sets that I wanted to run on this man, but here's what we're rocking out for now. Obviously, as always, this is subject to change. I might change this before we actually do the battle, and I don't know when that battle is going to be, so we'll see what happens with that. But for now, we got Focus Sash, Prankster ability, and the moves I thought about for just a second, just for a wee second, going Defiant ability and not Prankster. That way we could still use, you know, moves like Taunt and Thunder Wave and things like that against the Grimmsnarl. But I was just like, if I really want to change its ability just for one mon, so I was just like, and then if we do go for Thunder Waves, it's perfectly fine, because yes, he does have the Magic Bounce Espeon, but obviously if he bounces back to Thunder Wave, who cares? We're an Electric type, it's not going to affect us, so it doesn't really matter. So I still have that on there. And so we got the moves, Thunderbolt, U-Turn for momentum, and Hidden Power Ice and Thunder Wave. So Hidden Power Ice, if he has no HP or defense investment into his Flygon, Hidden Power Ice might catch him off guard, and it would OHKO, but he does outspeed us if he's choiced. We outspeed it if it's not choiced. How early do I want to reveal that? I probably want to make sure I know whether the thing is scarfed or not before I reveal Hidden Power Ice. We'll see how that plays into effect. But then U-Turn, like I said, for momentum. Thunderbolt, just a strong stab move. It's going to be, especially if he's got Electric Terrain up with the Tapu Koko, it's going to do a lot of damage to pretty much anything, and it's obviously going to be super effective against the Vaporeon. So if he brings the Electric Surge, then it's going to boost up our own Thunderbolt, and then Hidden Power Ice to surprise the Flygon, potentially also to hit the Venusaur. I don't really know how much damage it's going to do to the Venusaur. That's something I haven't really calculated. We'll see if we're in that position if we want to do that. And then, like I said, Thunder Wave to hit potentially, because paralysis on the Zamazenta or paralysis on the Cinderace could be huge. Paralysis on the Lycanroc could be huge if he brings that. Even paralysis on the Venusaur could be huge if he plans to use the thing as a chlorophyll sweeper. Paralysis could be huge. So that's why I had to bring that with this man. But next up, we got Spidey the Araquanid holding the Waterium Z. So yes, we're going with another Z move, and we brought it on Araquanid instead of the Thundurus, because even if you guys will see, with our water bubble ability, obviously it's going to double damage from water type moves, and we also can't be burned. So if we're in against the Vaporeon, it's going to be the ultimate stall fest, because Scald is going to do like no damage to me, and he can't burn me. But we do have Leech Life to get us a little bit of health back, and then Leech Life is always going to be super effective against the Espeon if we get into that situation. Other than that, not going to be using Leech Life too much, but I mean, we obviously don't want to go for Liquidation when we know the Vaporeon is still alive, because we don't want to heal that thing because it's already very annoying. But outside of that, if we can get the Vaporeon down, then Liquidation is just going to put in a lot of work. It's going to do a lot of damage to this man's team. And then Water MZ, just to power that up even more, it just wrecks shop, man. A Hydro Vortex from Liquidation just murders things. It's a one-shot potentially on the Flygon if we're in that matchup. So nothing wants to take that Water MZ powered up Liquidation. They really don't. And then, like I said, Leech Life just for a little bit of recovery and to hit the Espeon. Scald potentially to fish for burns if we want to do that. Potentially on the Tapu Koko if we think it's physical. Potentially on the Zamazenta, on the Flygon, on the Lycanroc once again. And then just Toxic, just for a coverage move. Obviously, we don't want to Magic Bounce that Toxic back to us. So as long as the Espeon's out there, I'm really not going to be wanting to go for that Toxic just in case. Or if we're already Toxic, then who cares? Might as well just go for it, maybe. We'll see how I'm feeling in the battle. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next Pokemon. The next Pokemon on the team, we have got Bruce, the Gliscor, holding the Yache Berry. I don't know how it's pronounced. That's how I'm going to pronounce it, the Yache Berry. I think, don't quote me, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is my first time ever running a Resistance Berry. That's not something I don't think, like I said, I've ever used before. But I really, this is another Pokemon I really just went back and forth with the sets on this thing, man, because obviously Ground puts in a lot of work against his team. Tapu Koko, Zamazenta Crown, Cinderace, Toxtricity, Lycanroc. So Ground puts in a lot of work. So I was like, man, I know Gliscor is going to be huge in this matchup. It's going to be a huge threat. And so I'm like, do I run Choice Scarf with Earthquake? And I'm like, but I don't hit things hard enough to be choicing myself into Earthquake. And then obviously the Flygon is out there. So do we really want to be doing that? I don't know. And I really thought potentially about going for, like Tailwind strategies on this man, putting Tailwind on Gliscor, Tailwind on the Thundurus, just to double all the potential mons on our team's speed to help us deal with the speed of his team. And I was like, so if we go for Tailwind, and then he's got a Choice Scarfed Tapu Koko potentially with Hidden Power Ice, then Hidden Power Ice is still going to two-shot us. So if he goes for Hidden Power Ice, I go for Tailwind, he's still going to outspeed me on the next turn because he's Choice Scarf Tapu Koko, and then the next Hidden Power Ice is going to destroy me. So I'm just like, I don't know. I couldn't make that work. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it all, instead of like trying to invest in HP and, special defense and stuff, all this to make this work, I'm just going to I'm just going to give me the attack I need to body these Pokemon, put the rest in HP, a little bit of speed, and then, I'll eat up one Ice-type move. So this way, for sure, I will live no matter what. I will live a HP Ice from that Tapu Koko and probably take it out in one hit. And then potentially also Ice Fang from the Zamazenta could be a potential problem there. And then Ice, Scald from the Vaporeon is going to put in a lot of work against us. It's going to do a lot of damage, and it could potentially burn us, obviously, because we're not holding the Toxic Orb. But I'm really hoping that maybe we can get a cheeky switch in on a Toxic potentially and get our health back and get our Poison Heal ability going. But for now, this is what we're rocking out with. We got the Yache Berry, no Tailwind, but we got Earthquake, we got Roost for longevity, Swords Dance. If we get into a situation where I think we can get up some Swords Dances like against the Grimmsnarl, because the Grimmsnarl can't really do much to us outside of a foul play, because obviously he can put up screens. He can't Thunder Wave us, so I don't really care about that. And so we can set up just to out damage the screens, and then we also brought Brick Break to potentially get rid of the screens. And then obviously Earthquake is just our strong stab move that's going to hit the Koko, the Zamazenta, the Cinderace, the Toxtricity, and then it's going to be neutral on the Vaporeon, neutral on the Venusaur, neutral on the Type Null, and then super effective against the Lycanroc, which Lycanroc does not get Ice Fang, thankfully, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, this is the set I'm rocking out with for now. We got 140 EVs into speed just to make sure that we outspeed a modest max speed Venusaur, not a timid max speed Venusaur. So if he is a timid max speed Venusaur, well then good on him. He's going to outspeed my Gliscor. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But I really just needed those extra EVs into HP and attack to help us live and help us deal out that damage we need. By the way, the set we're running with EVs and nature and stuff like that on Spidey the Arachnid, we have got I think it's sassy nature, so up in special defense, down in speed, and then the rest in HP and defense, because I just really want him to live hits no matter what. So I got max HP, max defense to live hit physical moves, and then up in special defense nature just to help us with our special defense. So we're going to be able to eat up a lot of moves, either they're physical or special, hopefully. And then with the water bubble ability, that's just going to do the rest. Like I said, we don't even really need to invest in our water type moves. It's still going to be dealing out a lot of damage. And then next up on our team, we have got, please don't wear me, the Comfey with the leftovers. Instead of trying to make it work with the life orb and just dealing out damage and stuff like that, I'm just like, yo, I'm just going to let this thing be a full-out support mon with the leftovers and the triage ability. So we do have +3 priority draining kiss, which could potentially help out against obviously anything that's choice scarfed, against the Grim Snarl, because Prankster's only +1, so triage is +3, so we're still going to outspeed that. It is neutral against the Zamazenta if we get in that situation potentially. It is super effective against the Flygon. So we do a solid third of that thing's health, a solid third of the Grimmsnarl's health, and once again, the Lycanroc with its +1 to Cell Rock, we will outspeed that with +3 triage, and Draining Kiss does a solid third of that thing as well. But it's really just as a last-ditch effort just to hit things with priority, but it's mostly a defensive mon with Defog to get rid of hazards. Potentially this man puts up hazards, and Leech Seed to help support our Pokemon, and then Aromatherapy because this man puts a lot of status. He's got a lot of status potential on his team. He's got Thunder Wave with the Coco. He's got Thunder Wave with the Grimmsnarl. He's got Will-O-Wisp with the Cinderace. He's got Thunder Wave with the Toxtricity. Potentially burn things with Scald from the Vaporeon. It could potentially toxic things with Venusaur and Type Null, things like that. So a lot of status potential on this man's team, so we definitely need Cleric, so that's why we got Aromatherapy here. And then, you know, we are 100 speed EVs just to help us once again outspeed a modest max speed Venusaur. We will still outspeed it with 100 EVs into speed, and then I think it's a Calm Nature up in special defense, down in attack with max EVs into HP, and then 158 just the rest into special defense, and then the speed that we needed to make sure we outspeed a modest max speed Venusaur. And we will live a Life Orb Sludge Bomb, by the way, from a Mega Venusaur. We don't really want to stay in a net matchup, but you know what? We do live it just in case. And then Leech Seed could really be helpful. Obviously, I don't want to get in the situation where I Leech Seed, switches out into Espeon, and then a Magic bounces back to me because I'm not a Grass type, so it would affect me. But regardless, if we can get rid of the Espeon, maybe he doesn't bring it or something like that, then that's what that's there for. And then last but definitely not least, we have got Thundercat, the Zeraora, holding the leftovers. This is another set that I really went back and forth on because initially I had Expert Belt on this thing, and then I had some different moves, but, you know, I decided to go with leftovers because I thought potentially Substitute and Bulk Up could come in huge because, like I said, this man likes to put a lot of status on Pokemon. So once again, Zeraora is going to outspeed everything on this man's team that is not Choice Scarfed. So yeah, but we did have to go Jolly instead of Adamant this time, and Choice Band once again just didn't do no damage, and then Expert Belt just also didn't do no damage. So with the potential that this man likes to put status on Pokemon, we figured Substitute, Bulk Up. Once again, there are a lot of Pokemon that we can potentially set up on that are passive, potentially like the Type Null, just the Toxic thing like that, a Toxic Rest, basic Toxic Rest Strat that Type Null does. Vaporeon doesn't dish out a lot of damage, but Scald, is a stat move. So, but this way we can avoid potential status. We can get one Bulk Up, and then we can dish out a lot of damage. We have coverage with Plasma Fist and Blaze Kick. So Plasma Fist, especially if the Electric Terrain is up from the Tapu Koko, is going to do a lot of damage even to the Tapu Koko. But obviously Blaze Kick hits it for neutral. Blaze Kick, Plasma Fist is going to do a lot of damage to the Espeon. Blaze Kick, Plasma Fist is going to do a lot of damage to the Grimmsnarl. Blaze Kick is super effective against the Zamazenta, but Plasma Fist also for coverage, and we don't want to miss. And then Plasma Fist hits the Cinderace really hard. Blaze Kick hits the Toxtricity pretty hard. We really don't want to stay in the matchup against the Flygon because it pretty much walls us with Plasma Fist obviously not affecting it. Blaze Kick is resisted, but you never know. We could get a burn on it with the Blaze Kick. We could get a critical hit. And then the Vaporeon, Plasma Fist is going to bop that, and then Blaze Kick for the Venusaur, and then Blaze Kick, Plasma Fist for the Type Null, and then Plasma Fist for the Lycanroc. But yeah, that's the team. like I said, this team has given me a lot of stress, a lot of just problems trying to deal with its speed and all the different things. I've changed a lot of sets. I've gone back and forth, like I said, with Tailwind and all these different things. This is what we're looking at right now. Hopefully, this is the set that's going to stay the same in the battle before we get to the battle and I don't make any more changes and everything like that. And hopefully, we can come out on top. Yeah, we are 3-2, but we got a -1 differential. We need to keep winning to really help solidify our playoff positioning. I think overall in the league right now, we are sitting at 6th place. And I think the top 8 teams, maybe it's top 4 from each division, but I don't know because the way the rankings are worked, it's not, you know, top 4 from each division. It's just top 8 overall. And we are at 6th overall, so we're hanging on the fence, but we definitely need to keep on winning. So hopefully we can get another win this week. And before we get on into the battle, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys which mons I think he's going to bring to the team, or which mons I think he's going to bring to the battle. I definitely think Tapu Koko's coming, and the Zamazenta's coming, and the Cinderace is coming, and the Flygon, and the Vaporeon. Those 5 I'm like pretty sure about. And then so that leaves his 6th mon potentially as the Espeon. Would he bring 2 evolutions, Espeon and Vaporeon? Very possible. Obviously, the Vaporeon is a hard wall for our Araquanid, and then Espeon just obviously Magic Bounce is very, very good, especially because he might see that his team is very fast, and he might see through it and see to me and be like, yo, this guy's definitely going to want to put up sticky webs with Araquanid, which I thought about. But obviously, I have no hazards this week. I'm just not messing around with the hazards because, you know, you got Magic Bounce Espeon, you got Court Change Cinderace, so that's just not something I don't want to deal with. So I could definitely see Espeon. Obviously, I could definitely see Grimmsnarl setting up screens and being annoying and things like that. Obviously, I could also really see the Venusaur to Chlorophyll Sweeper things. Lycanroc is really fast. Type Null is just extremely bulky. Honestly, I don't see Toxtricity coming in this one just because he's already got a really strong Electric type in Tapu Koko, and it's just not that fast, and we got a lot of answers for it with Ground and Psychic from the Solgaleo, so I just don't see the one I'd be the most surprised to see, I guess I would say, is Toxtricity. Watch is definitely going to bring Toxtricity. Probably going to body me. We'll see what happens. But if I had to guess, I would say Koko, Zamazenta, Cinderace, Flygon, Vaporeon, and Venusaur. That's what I would say. I would say those 6 Pokemon. That would be my best guess, but we'll see what happens when we get into the battle. Wish me luck. Alright guys, what is up, and welcome back to the Week 6 battle. A couple things here before we get into it. It is extremely early in the morning. We had some trouble making our schedules work, so I had to get up really early before work to make this battle happen. So your boy is extremely tired. If I look that way, it's because I am. A little disclaimer for the battle, but here we go. He's got Flygon, Venusaur, Tapu Koko, Cinderace, Zamazenta Crowned, and Vaporeon. So kind of the team we expected. Venusaur was the only one not 100% sure there, but I already told him good luck, have fun in the chat. Oh man, hopefully we brought the right team. I made my team a few days ago. I kind of want to just leave Thundurus once again because I have Focus Sash, so it allows me to see anything. He likes to lead Tapu Koko, so I almost want to think he's probably going to lead that. He does have Flygon. That's fine. Let's lead Thundurus. He led Flygon. This is perfectly fine. Is he Choice Scarf Flygon? I hope he's not Choice Scarfed. That's what I don't want. That's what I don't want. So I have Hidden Power Ice for this exact reason. If he stays in, we're going to get the Hidden Power Ice. If he's Choice Scarf to outspeed, I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice. Hopefully he's not Choice Scarf. This should one-shot as long as he doesn't have an Ice Berry, or if he's Choice Scarfed, obviously he'll outspeed me. He does have the Ice Berry. Okay. Rock Slide. So that's fine. So he can't take another Hidden Power Ice. We know he's not Choice Scarfed. We know he's not Leftovers. He had the Yachi Berry. That's so funny we both choose to run Yachi Berry on the same time. So I assume he's going to swap now, because he doesn't want his Flygon to go down. It only did 49%, so we might have gotten the low roll there because... let's put our Thundurus in there. And Flygon. Hidden Power Ice should have Voco, so he's definitely got some HP investment, but it still did 49%. But it will definitely kill now. He's broken our Sash, though. Do we just go Hidden Power Ice just to make sure we get the damage off him? Or do we think he's going to switch? I'm going to go U-turn. He does switch. Okay, this is fine. So, is he scarfed on this thing? Let's go out into Gliscor. I'm going to set up a Swords Dance here. He goes for a U-turn. That's fine. Just don't go into Vaporeon. Anything... Yep, there's Vaporeon. Like, anything other than Vaporeon, we're fine with that. But there's the Vaporeon. Okay, yeah, I'm going... I don't want him to Toxic, man. That's what I really don't want. Let's go out into Comfey. Haze. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I want to go for a Leech Seed here. He didn't bring Espeon, so we don't have to worry about Magic Bounce. I guess, worst case scenario, he goes out into Venusaur. Hopefully that's not what he does. Okay, goes out into Zamazenta Crowned. So we got Leech Seed going on here. Okay. But now what do we do? Because this thing can hit anything extremely hard. Somebody wrote Comfey's name suits it. Yeah. Is it time to let Thundurus go down? Araquanid can take a hit. He can't be Choice Scarfed, obviously, because he's holding his crown. If he goes for the Behemoth Bash, Thundurus lives. But he outspeeds us on the next turn. But I could go for Thunder Wave. I'll do that. Behemoth Bash. We live. Okay, I'm going to go for Thunder Wave. If he switches out into the Flygon or the Koko, then I guess we live with that. Okay, we got the Thunder Wave off. That's huge. Okay. You know what? You know what? What's our damage outputs on this thing? Earthquake doesn't kill, but we do outspeed. Let's go Zamazenta Crowned. And let's go... Solgaleo's Earthquake does a max of 63. Gliscor's Earthquake does a max of 65. I don't think he stays in. I really don't think he stays in. Could go out to Araquanid and go for a Scald. So all we've seen so far on his Espeon is Haze. We could go out... No, but Flygon's still alive, so that strategy really doesn't do us too much. We need that Flygon to be dead. I kind of think Araquanid is the safest play here. We can go for Scald. You know, if he switches into Vaporeon, then he switches into Vaporeon. I'm shaking like crazy, guys. It's a combination of being tired and nervous. But we got Thunder Wave off on it, so that's good. I kind of want to just go for Scald. We have a chance to get a burn on something. Maybe go for Liquidation. How much does Araquanid's Liquidation do to this thing? Liquidation does 35. Wild Charge does 63 to us. If he gets a max roll, that is. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking like crazy. Ugh. I mean, I know I can live an Ice Fang. And of course, he could get paralyzed. I think he could miss Ice Fang. He could just straight up swap. He might just go straight out of the Vaporeon again if I go Gliscor. If that Flygon was there, I'd go into Zeraora right now and go for a sub and try to set up. I think Araquanid's the safest play here. Alright. See, here's the thing. He's got Venusaur and Vaporeon. I want to go for Toxic if he goes into Vaporeon. But... I'm gonna go for Scald. He goes out of the Tapu Koko. Okay, this is fine. Get a burn. Get a burn. Yes, we got the burn. I don't know if he's a physical attacker or a special attacker. If he's Choice Specs into his Electric Z-Mood, probably definitely kills me. Let's go Tapu Koko. Can barely type here because no, let's go Tapu Koko. I'm pretty sure he likes to bring special Tapu Koko. So Choice Specs Thunderbolt definitely destroys me. He's not leftovers. This is one of his Z captains, so he could be running a Z move here. By the way, I apologize guys for how much I keep rubbing my eyes. We got the burn, which is nice. Man, if he's a physical attacker, that's just absolutely beautiful. Let's go Solgaleo. See how much damage he's doing to Solgaleo. Choice Specs, Timid Thunderbolt does 68. What if he's Modest and turns Thunderbolt into a Z move? It does not kill us. It does not kill. And we'll outspeed as long as he's not Scarfed, which he still could be Scarfed. We don't know that. How much do we need Araquanid here? Do we make him go for the Z move, get it out of the way? How much do we need Araquanid here, guys? How much do we need Araquanid here? I mean, Liquidation Oko's the Cinderace, but we have Paralysis on the Zamazenta. So, a couple of Earthquakes take that thing down. Psychic Fangs for the Venusaur. He didn't bring the Grimmsnarl, so we're free to click Psychic Fangs if we want on Solgaleo. This might be a misplay here, guys, but I don't want to make that read wrong, you know what I mean? And him do massive damage to Zeraora or something. You know what? Let's say he's Hidden Power Ice. And let's go to Zeraora. His Dazzling Gleam does a lot. If he specs Dazzling Gleam, it does 71% to us. What if he's Scarfed? If he's Scarfed, we live. 2 of them. Plasma Fist does 40%. Which after 2 turns of burn, I don't know if that's enough. Let's just go, man. Let's go Liquidation. Okay, he goes for Roost. Can we get a defense drop? No defense drop, but he's got Roost, so he still could be a Z captain, but I don't think you're going to choice yourself into Roost. I don't think he's choiced of any sort. I think he's rocking his Electric Z. I think he's rocking his Electric Z. I'm going to make the read here. Yep, Z move, Electric. Yes, we're immune to that. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, okay. Gliscor. Brick Break just definitely does not do enough damage to this thing. Flygon's at 51. Alright, I'm going to get damage off on this Vaporeon. Okay, he's leftovers on the Vaporeon. We're going to go back out into the Comfey. Hopefully he doesn't have Heal Bell on this thing. He definitely can. Hopefully he does not, because I don't want him to heal up the paralysis on the Zamazenta, because if that's the case, then we did it for free. Okay, don't burn me. Okay, nice. No burn. No burn. Okay, last time we went for Leech Seed. Last time we went for Leech Seed. Last time we went for Leech Seed, and I don't want him to go out into Venusaur for free. Essentially, because Venusaur walls us like insanely. How much damage does Solgaleo do to this thing? Nope, not the right Pokemon, Vaporeon. Yeah, nowhere near enough, man. Nowhere near enough. So he does have Scald. Let's go Comfey. How much does that Scald do? Scald does 22 to 27. Scald to 23. So yeah, he's probably not got any special attack investment. Man, I don't want him to go out into Venusaur and potentially set up Sunny Day for free, y'all. How much damage does Venusaur do to an Araquanid? How much damage do we do to it? I know we do nothing to it. Man, that's with a Life Orb. we use our Z move on it, we can still do half of its health. Gonna go Arachnid. He just goes for Wish. Okay. That's very annoying. Haze, Scald, Wish, Protect? So no Heal Bell? Okay, we gotta make a read here. Oh, I hate Wish passing, man. You can heal up the... I'm going Liquidation. We get the knockout on the Tapu Koko. Perfect. That was huge. I was like, if he's going to the Koko or he's going out the Flygon, we're going to attack first and we're going to take him down. I didn't think he was going to stay in. Thankfully, he didn't, because I'm sure he's got Water Absorb on that Vaporeon. Zamazenta Crowned, really? Are you trying to bait out the Water type move? Honestly, what does more to this thing? Scald or Liquidation? Neither one of them does a lot. Heck, he might live 2 Liquidations. Ooh, wait a minute. Wild Charge and Electric Terrain? Okay, still does not OHKO me. And so now the Wish didn't get past. That's beautiful. Close combat, we resist that. Nice. No defense drop, so he's going to live another one. Right, we just did 28. Yeah, so he's definitely going to live another one. But he could get paralyzed. It is something that could happen. I think he switches here either into Venusaur or into Vaporeon. There's no way he just lets his Zamazenta go down. Wild Charge from here can take us out if he gets a high roll. I'm going Toxic. Yes, we got Toxic off on the Vaporeon. Perfect. Do I just Leech Life now? I mean, I know it's resisted on so many of his mons. It's resisted on the... See, I think it's Protect. I don't think he has Heal Bell or Toxic. I 100% think he's going for Haze, or Wish here. He wants to wish something back up. So I'm just going to go Leech Life. Yeah, there's Wish. This thing literally can't touch me though, man. This thing literally just cannot touch me. I'm going to go Liquidation again. Okay. It's paralyzed. That's unfortunate. Can I get a defense drop? No defense drop. Okay. What are your two other moves? Ice Fang? I'm sure you gotta have Ice Fang. Okay, so Skull did 23. Liquidation's only doing 18, so he's definitely got some defense investment in that thing. Because neutral Liquidation should be doing more than 18, so he's definitely got defense investment. So I'm just going to go Scald again. Or do I go Leech Life again? Okay, he goes out into the Venusaur. We're going to get a little bit of health back. Do we go out into Solgaleo and click Psychic Fangs? I think we do. Sleep Powder. Oh, gosh. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, Sludge Bomb. Oh, it's an annoying Venusaur. Do I let Comfey go down and then get a clean switch into Solgaleo? Psychic Fang should one-shot, unless he's got a good amount of HP investment. Even if he's max HP, we should still one-shot with Psychic Fangs. Do we let Comfey go down here? Do we let Comfey go down here, guys? Do we let Comfey go down here? Because I don't want him to put anything else to sleep. And we know a lot of his set. I hate this, man. I really hate this. I'm gonna let Comfey go down. He missed Leech Seed. We could have got a free switch into Solgaleo. No! We could have got a free switch into Solgaleo. He could easily go for Sleep Powder here. Who's outspeeding who? We outspeed him, so we know he's not like timid max speed, or do we outspeed a timid max speed Venusaur? Timid 261. Yeah, we don't outspeed, so we know he's not max speed. I want him to go for Sludge Bomb here, not Sleep Powder or Leech Seed. Oh, I could have once again got a free switch out into Solgaleo. How much damage does Psychic Fangs do? It does a good amount of damage to all of these guys, and we should two-shot them both. It's that Vaporeon that's the problem. It's the Vaporeon that's the problem. Solgaleo, Psychic Fangs to Flygon, but we know he's got some HP investment. Psychic Fangs is 75%, man. Well, 63 to 75. If he's max HP, it does 53 to 62. So even the Flygon we should one-shot. Oh, I know what we do. I know what we do. We go out into Zeraora and set up. But he's still got Flygon in the back, man. That Flygon really presents a problem for my setting up potential. Yeah, Blaze Kick does 16%. Even if I'm +1, it's not going to do anything to it. We got to go Solgaleo here and click Psychic's Fangs. Oh, he's down in one hit. He apparently didn't expect the Psychic Fangs coming. Maybe we got a high roll. It wasn't even a crit. He doesn't know we're Choice Scarf yet. Flygon. Oh, that's unfortunate, bro. That's unfortunate for you, bro. I can even live in Earthquake. I can even live in Earthquake. I know that. I can actually even live in Adamant Pyro Ball. It does a max of 99.7% to me. Now, if he gets the burn, yo, that's another thing entirely. We should outspeed him as long as he's not Choice Scarf, but we don't. Let's see, the turn that he went for U-turn, I think we swapped, right? This is way up towards the beginning. Yeah, he went into Cinderace, we used U-turn, and then he used U-turn. Yeah, so we don't really know anything about this other than the fact he's not leftovers. We know that. And Psychic Fangs does not one-shot, I don't think. What are we doing? Cinderace. No, we want Solgaleo. Psychic Fangs does not OHKO. Do we go the safe route and go into Araquanid? I think we do. Let's go into Araquanid. Let's play safe. Pyro Ball does nothing to me. 19%. So he's not even max attack. That is very strange. If he goes out into the Vaporeon, does that even matter to us? I think we just go Liquidation. I mean, he goes out to the Vaporeon, he goes out to the Vaporeon. That's fine. We're going to heal it up. He literally can't do anything to me. He can Scald me, which is the best he can do to me. So I'm just going to go Leech Life. He's going to go Wish. He's going to pass it off. I'm going to go Scald. There's the Zamazenta. There's the Wish. How much does our Z do this thing. We don't do near enough. Even our Z Skull does a max of 50%. But we know he's got either some HP or some defense investment. He's paralyzed. That's unfortunate. Get a defense drop. No defense drop. Okay. Let's go liquidation again. Paralyzed, he can't move. That's unfortunate, bro. Still no defense drop. That's unfortunate. Do we go out to Solgaleo and start clicking Earthquake? What's this Vaporeon at? Vaporeon's at 58%, so that's still a problem. Let's go Liquidation again. He gets the close combat off. Does this Liquidation kill now? No, it does not. He outspeeds us. That close combat did 24% to us. So... okay, here's Vaporeon. We're going out to Zeraora, and now we're going to go for a sub and bulk up. He's got Haze. Or do we just go Plasma Fist? Do we just go Plasma Fist and take this thing down right now? Plasma Fist does not kill from here. But we can get a free substitute off. He goes back out in the Cinderace. And we'll find out here if he's Choice Scarfed or not. We're going to bulk up. He's not Choice Scarfed. Okay. Does a +1 Plasma Fist kill you? It does if we get a high roll. Our defense... Oh my gosh, we're not even +1 yet. I didn't even factor that in yet. Yeah, Plasma Fist just murders you. So yeah, we just click Plasma Fist and win here, guys. Oh my gosh, he lived. Don't burn me. Don't burn me. Okay, he didn't burn me. Okay, so we just click Plasma Fist and win here, guys. He might have Sucker Punch. Oh man, that was a good call to put substitute bulk up on this thing. Does Sucker Punch kill us from here, guys? I don't know. I mean, I want to click just Sucker Punch anyway, but just for kicks and gigs, I want to see how much the Sucker Punch does to us. Sucker Punch does if he's, let's see, if he's Adamant Max Attack, Sucker Punch does 22%, 23%. Oh yeah, we live. Sucker Punch. Oh, and we're even +1 defense. I forgot about that. Crit definitely didn't matter. And there's Vaporeon. We click Plasma Fist and win. Yes. GG. Well played, my dude. So thank you so much, Dante, a.k.a. my Twilight, for the battle. He does not have a YouTube channel. So thank you much for the battle, and hopefully you guys watching here did enjoy this battle. If you did, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on any sets I brought to the battle, any moves I made, any moves he made. Just any of your opinions on anything. Love hearing your guys' feedback and have conversations with you. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and ring the bell button so you won't miss any videos. You'll get a notification as soon as anything goes live on my channel. Last but definitely not least, make sure you follow me on Twitter at MetaMech for more content and updates on the channel. Miami Heatran now sitting at 4-2 with a +3 differential. So we're moving in the right track. Hopefully we can keep this momentum going. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.